Are you gonna record? Are you gonna do Wayne's World like that the whole way?
No, I will expose this big mistake, but I'm going to wait till we got some people on board.
Wayne, please unmute yourself.
That is shared everywhere. Etan back from his run. Good.
Let me see. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. Oh, cool. Isn't that fun? Right.
Right, people.
Are we just waiting for my big hurrah? Oh yeah, hold on.
Francis, yes,
Here I am. Thank you, everybody. Welcome to another Wayne's World Wednesdays. The first Wayne's World Wednesdays of 2021. And what a rocking, awesome year. It's already started on a great positive note. It's like when we thought things just couldn't get better, they keep on getting better and better and better. Wayne, what do you say?
Let's go. That's all I've got to say. But I do have a couple of things to explain. I made a big mistake and I got rid of my beard. So please, apologies. Okay. I hate it. All right. And you'll probably see me sitting there like this purely because I feel naked. It's really, really bad. But hey ho, it is what it is.
You have to own it. You have to just
Exactly.
own the new identity.
The second apology I want to make is I've just moved into my new office and I couldn't find the lead. So apologies if the audio from me is a little bit echoey. I haven't got my usual microphone set up, so my bad. And thirdly, apologies for not turning up last week. I was on a strict no work Christmas. So amazing job by Francis, Carolina and everybody else that got involved. So yeah, so thank you. I hope everyone had a great Christmas as well. I know it was different, but you know, you can only play with the cards you've got dealt. So let's go. Okay. Nice hat, by the way, everyone. Etan's got his.
Oh, Etan. Oh, Etan's got a no excuses. Let's go hat. Limited edition.
It certainly is. It certainly is.
Right. So while we wait for the questions to pile in as they normally do, Wayne, what would you like to cover today? We don't have we can shoot the shit for a little bit. We don't have to stay the full hour. You know, we're here. We're consistent. We got some people on the Zoom already. Wayne, why don't you kick us off? I know I have a little education piece that's about 10 minutes on Google My Business that if we have a moment, I'd love to show you. Otherwise, Wayne.
Yeah, that I'm really looking forward to that. So I won't chat for too long. I want to get straight into Francis's stuff, but I do want to just wasn't here last week just to put a little bit of context around it. As you know, I work very hard. It may be different hard work to what some people are used to, with a lot of people that work manually. My work life has changed, obviously, as you know, I'm off the tools but if anything, at points it feels harder than what I used to when I was out there grafting and thankfully my wife is very lenient. She understands my ambitions and if I have an idea, if I don't do something with it, I'm just a nightmare to be around. So she understands that. She tolerates me, but she is also very good at noticing when in my limits, whether it be like mentally for myself, whether I'm taking on too much, whether or not I'm not focused maybe so much at home, if that sort of area of my life is starting to slip, and obviously noticeably fitness, health and all of that, that gives you nice clear warning signs. And like having some rest time. So a lot of people are scared of stopping. and sort of like taking stock of where they are and just relaxing. But it is a fundamental part of growth out of a person, business, whatever it is. You've only got to look. An athlete will rest. Their rest is just as important as their the principle applies to us as businessmen, businesswomen, entrepreneurs, tradesmen, whatever you want to call yourself, whatever it is. You have to have time to slow down, you know, and just relax. And I'm one of these people that I'm full in on whatever I do. So if I'm doing a certain work, project, coaching, whatever it might be, I'm all in. Balls, I jump in. But that I'm the same with rest as well. So if I rest, I want to rest. I want to relax. And sometimes I have to, I'm like a bloody old motorbike. I have to be kickstarted to liven back up again. And but the rest part is so important. And there's only so long. You might think right now, you know, it's fine. I can do everything. I can handle all of this. But behind the scenes, you know, in your head, in your emotions, in your everything that's around you, there'll be little chips being chipped away. And unless you give them that time to sort of heal itself and grow like a muscle, you know, if you lifted dumbbells every single day, you'd get to the point where you can't lift them, even though the weight is your muscles might be bigger and whatever, but your muscles need that tax to repair themselves, which the repair is the growth. And the same goes to us as humans in life. And that is why I had pretty much, apart from a few little comments on Facebook and whatever, I pretty much had a 2-week period where I didn't really do any sort of tangible work, anything to do with my sort of strategies and ideas that I've got. I literally just parked them. I know Francis and Carolina were still hustling, but I'm pretty sure that they have their own ways of and stuff. So you are.
Well, we don't have kids yet.
Yeah, having the kids is obviously a big challenge, and even more so now. Jesus, all these, I don't know how many people are on kids. Man, it's going to be a hard few months again, isn't it? With them at home and trying to still sort of provide and everything. But as I said at the beginning, you can only play the cards that you're dealt. So there's no point bitching about it. You just hunker down, get on with it, and try and get out bigger, stronger, and healthier on the other side.
Okay, speaking of that, I'd love to ask a question to our audience on the Zoom call. Maybe some of you who have families or you have ideas and startups or vision, you have projects, right? Life projects, things you want to achieve. So there's so much to do and so little time. How does one get away from the pressure to make a living? The pressure to be successful, whatever success might mean to you? Because in some business, I know I definitely feel pressure. Like I'm in my 40s, I won't say where, but I feel like the time is every day is an opportunity to push my business forward. And I sort of feel like if I miss that day, or if I'm watching a stupid movie on Netflix, you know, and it's like I'm missing out. Actually, there's real important work that could have been done to propel my business forward. And personally, I will admit that sometimes I do struggle to find that balance as well and detach. So I'd love to hear from the group, busy entrepreneurs, if there anyone would like to contribute to that and about work-life balance and pressure.
I would like to throw a little bit into that, if that's all right. I think let Nathan put his hand up. Let him go first. I've already had my 5 minutes.
Okay, Nathan, let me just get you to unmute.
Hey up, chap.
I'd personally say regarding stress and business and it all getting on top of you, you need something that is completely separate. A hobby, something that you do, something where you can go. It might even just be going for a walk with the dog at 6 a.m. in the morning and clearing your mind. Or it might be going for a walk with the dog in the afternoon, or something where you've got like the Saturday is your day where you do that something that is completely off. The work phone goes off, the computer goes off, it's not checked until Monday morning, and that's your space. Because, and I'm sure we've all been there, if you let your business overtake you and get on top of you, it will crush you.
Yeah, definitely. I'd definitely agree with that. Having something that is outside of that realm is important. Definitely is. But I think also sort of knowing what you want helps that. So funnily enough, I'm having my bathroom done at home, and hence why I'm wearing a work t-shirt. But I have all I've done is like be the apprentice for about an hour this afternoon. That was it. But my guy that works for me, Alex, if he's listening, I don't know if he will be. He used to work for me sort of 8 years ago when I was a bigger company, so to speak. And he, funnily enough, asked me today, "Oh, are you still trying to become a millionaire?" And straight away, I just that's if it comes, it comes. Obviously, you know, I'm not going to say no, but that's not what I'm chasing. You know, I'm chasing the freedom, the lifestyle that I can choose. I want to be able to choose what work I do, choose when I work, choose how I work, where I work, you know, and that's the driving factor. And I think as long as you know where you're going, you can give yourself that time off sometimes to realize that, okay, well, I've made some progress. I can have a bit of downtime now because I can see that I've already made these first few stepping stones. And then after the rest, you go again for the next few stepping stones. But if you don't know where you're going, that's the dangerous point. That's the danger zone. I call it no man's land, where you've started from here and you've obviously gone further, but you don't know where you're going. You're just sort of like in this mist of shit, effectively, because you don't know you can't get out of it because you don't know what you want to get out of it too. So having that clarity on where you're going can help with what Francis said about sort of that justification of relaxing and yeah, there's always no matter where you are, there will always be something that needs to be done. You know, it don't matter if you're a multi-millionaire and you're living on an island. The waste disposal will still need collecting or whatever. There'll be something that has to be organised or something that will try to take your time away from you. And sort of understanding that to me was like, well, yeah, I can't. No matter what I do, I'm never going to get away from urgent things that need to be done. So I've just got to make that conscious decision to know that when I've made enough progress, I can then relax and calm for a little bit before I take on the next. Like, again, I'm going to use an athlete as an example. Mo Farah isn't going to run. Well, this is probably a bad example because I think he did it, didn't he, at the London Olympics? He ran it quite close. But generally speaking, they're not going to keep running marathon after marathon. You know, he's going to have to rest and recover before he can then perform at that elite level again before to achieve them targets. Hopefully that's, I think I've gone off a little bit there, but yeah, I'd love to hear if anyone agrees, disagrees, got another viewpoint to it. That'd be brilliant. Nathan's got his hand up.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, go on, Nathan, sorry.
No, Wayne, it's a bit like the Rubik's Cube scenario that we were talking about.
Yeah.
Where you just get all confused and start getting things worse and worse and worse, rather than stepping back and sitting down and clearing your mind. You just carry on mixing it up.
Twisting, turning, yeah, and you end up in a worse position than if you had just calmed down and looked at it with a clear head.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, for me, the only thing I've found that can help really is exercise. because so like I've got 2 kids here that are, well, both under 4 years old, like 2 cats and a nutcase dog. So even if I'm not working, the house is like that.
I was
the whole
worried
time.
where that last comment was going there, Etan.
Is that like a nutcase wife?
The nutcase, I was like, oh my God.
I got one of them too, but she keeps me reined in though. So really, like the only time that I can really get any peace and any focus and clarity is kind of out. Well, it's either in the gym usually. At the moment, it's obviously running, and the reason that I mean, you know, we obviously, like you guys, I know I'm doing this run the month thing, but it's a lot of it is for me because I need it, and that was the kind of kicking the balls I needed to give myself to get out there and start pounding the road again, because without it, can't relax. Like I don't drink anymore. I don't like do anything. I just work. So
It's a medicine. It's a medicine, isn't it? It's a medicine.
Yeah.
It is. It's a natural medicine. And guys that like follow me on Facebook and that, you'll see that in November I ran every day, and that was because I needed that challenge and that isolation out, because I knew I had a lot of work that needed to be done in November and December, and I needed to make sure that I was in the right motivation, in the right head space. And yeah, it is literally, it's nature's medicine, and people underestimate it, definitely.
Massively, yeah. I think so.
Hey
That
Matt.
was it. Thank you.
Hey Matt, are you sponsored by Budweiser or something? Wait, unmute. Oh, wait, sorry, I need to unmute you. Go on. Are you sponsored by Budweiser, Matt?
No, just putting 3 cans in the fridge. Oh, that 3 cans.
Oh, because I thought I saw for a moment. I thought I saw a massive Budweiser logo.
Yeah, just someone said they didn't drink no more, so I was getting some out the other room. So I thought just show the box.
Like, okay, so I was gonna say to Wayne, you found your sponsor.
What?
A drinks brand, Budweiser.
Oh yeah, coffee. Nah, coffee for me. Coffee for me.
Cool. I know. All right. Nice opening up with a little bit of conversation. I want to encourage everybody, you know, if you're on the call, contribute. We'd love to hear you. This is not a little boys and girls club for just me, Wayne, Nathan, Etan. You know, we invite the community to talk. It's tough times, guys and girls. You know, it's tough times. This is therapy for us, just like it might be for some people to talk. We're not alone. We're all business owners, and we're all human beings at the end of the day, you know? So if we can help each other learn something every Wednesday, why not? So
on that note, before Francis dives in on the subject he wants to talk about, could I ask a massive favor that everyone that's watching and everyone that's on the Zoom, can you just share this discussion? Because I really feel that we need to get it out to more people, because there's so much good information, and especially as Francis just said now, you know, a lot of people may be down. It may be a lot tougher than where they might have wanted to be. So just hearing that other people, you know, are in that situation and there's ways out of it, it'd be really helpful if you could share. That would be massively thankful.
okie dokie. One sec. Okay, guys, so I wanted to share something that I learned the other day that I'm actually really excited about. And it came because a guy in our group, Matt Titchen, emailed me on Messenger, and he showed me 2 pictures. Okay, I'm gonna share my screen. So basically, he showed me 2 pictures of the same object, seemingly, on his Google My Business. By the way, this is all about Google My Business, getting more reach, getting more people to find your business on Google My Business. So he had these 2 pictures posted on the same day of the same job or object. Okay. And now nearly a month and a half later, one of these objects has 17,785 views. Okay. The other has 57 views. And he's like, Francis, why? Do you know? Do you know? And, I had to basically do some research. So I spent a lot of time actually going out, finding information. Carolina's looking things up. And actually, we discovered something pretty cool. Maybe some of you know about it. If you do, that's cool. But I think a lot of people don't. And in terms of how Google My Business works in terms of SEO and getting people to find your business. So I'm going to discuss about how you can increase reach, meaning how you can get more people to just find your stuff on Google My Business using photos. Okay, just the photos that you publish. So first of all, there's really 3 things you need to be doing. One is using categories. So in Google My Business, you have different categories of photo, and you need to make sure that you're not just publishing photos anywhere. Like, this is not your iPhone. It's just not a folder that you're never going to use these photos. Google My Business is essentially, for many business, a replication of it's replicating your website. And it's going to get you traffic, it's going to get you leads, it's going to get you business. So it's really important to keep up to date and fresh, but most importantly, to have a strategy around it. So you need to make sure that each photo is in the right category. So for example, if you have interior work or exterior work, if you're at work, pictures of your team, they're all in the right place. So it seems like a small thing, but not a lot of people do it. The second one, and I did a whole video on this, so I won't really spend time on how it's done, but it's geotagging. So when you take a picture, in most cases, unless you switch off location settings, your phone is going to geotag that picture with a location. So when you upload that to Google My Business, and Google My Business, remember, is all location based. It's all about proximity. It's all about the maps. So if Google sees that photo is in a relevant and consistent location as your business, it basically is going to say, all right, this is a photo of the business. It's in the right place. And I'm going to show it first when people are searching for boilers near me, or boilers Wembley, or plumbing emergency Wembley. It's going, when it has to choose between hundreds of businesses in Wembley, who's it going to surface first? It's going to surface the people with the most relevant information and the relevant taggings, and the people who are really using and utilizing Google My Business. So geotagging is the third thing. The second thing. Now, the third thing that is going to blow your mind is actually branding. Okay, your logo, your words on your logo. So Google is an all-seeing and all-thinking brain. It's an eye and a brain, and it's artificially intelligent, and it actually has the capability to analyze images, your logo. So if your logo says A&L Services, Gas and Electrical, guess what? You're SEO optimizing your site. Or you're telling Google that you're a gas and electrical company. It will read it and it will know. And so therefore, basically, when you have these two pictures side by side, okay, what's the difference, right? The difference is one of them is clear, legible, close. You can read the text. See, this says ideal system filter. On the other picture, it's blurry, it's far away, and it's not legible. And so Google can read the label on this picture, tag it, SEO optimize it, and so people who are searching have a capability to find this picture and then hence find your business, but not with this picture. Makes sense? So I'm going to show you actually a real test. Now, the way this is done is through Google Cloud Vision API. It's their special AI technology, Vision. It analyzes images, analyzes pictures to make an interpretation of what's there. And I'm going to show you, if you haven't seen it already in the video I posted, I'm going to show you a live demonstration of how it works. Okay. So I'm going to take this picture, which is the blurry version. Okay. And you'll see that Google will now tell me certain things about this image. So it will try and identify the material in the image. It's looking for any logos, so it thinks that it's found something. You have certain properties, so it knows what colors you're using, okay? And text-wise, it doesn't find anything, right? There's no text to read, but it's looking in the image for text. It wants to find text, okay? Now, if I try again with the second picture, okay, this is the picture that is more close up. It's less blurry. You can clearly see the label of the filter on it. Okay, and if I click on text here, look what I find. Ideal, number 10, ideal system filter. So Google has read the label on the system filter and then is able to tag that picture. And so anyone who's searching for filter, system, ideal, there's a million combination of those words also within context or questions, but a point being that Google knows. And so the takeaway from this training is that if you really want to start to gain a competitive edge over your competitors on Google My Business, it's to take your photos seriously, and it's to have a strategy that you're not just putting them on randomly, but actually you're thinking, okay, why am I posting this picture? What is it? And does it have certain identifiers that are gonna basically, show that it's my business? Does it have my name on it? Does it have my logo on it? Does it have some text on it that shows what industry I am? And also, is it geotagged? So that is just a small, but at the same time, very large, big thing that you can do, local businesses can do when optimizing their Google My Business. There is a lot to it, but this is just one really cool thing I think that not a lot of people know about. So yeah, that's just something I thought was worth sharing. So tomorrow you guys can start putting more innovative photos on your Google My Business. And normally there would be a huge applause right now and everyone would be going, Francis, tell me more, tell me more. Oh, you're amazing. I can't believe you're even human. Yes. Thank you, thank you. I really want to thank Carolina for helping me put this knowledge together. And yeah, that's it. Wayne, anybody, would anyone like any questions? Any questions about that? Yeah, oh, wait, sorry, did I go for it, Wayne?
That's fantastic information. Thank you. One question. So for me, I cover hearts, beds, and bucks. So not necessarily, I want to start ranking in not just Dunstable, for example. So could I geolocate, for example, in, I don't know, Milton Keynes, a load of photos? And would that then start boosting me up in that search area, or does it not work like that? Is it only going to help me on the area where my office is located?
Yeah, I would say that, you know, not being only Google's engineers and those people actually can tell you to 100% exactly how their algorithm works. But knowing what I know about local SEO, that could actually penalize you.
Okay.
Right. Because what Google doesn't like is multiple listings or places for businesses, because the whole point of the local SEO is they want people to find the business, the best and most relevant business near them. So that's why SEO is a bit of always a work in progress. And if you want to rank, you know, you're going to rank in different places for different locations. So if someone types in, if you're in Manchester and you type in Boilers Dunstable, you will get a different result than if you're in Dunstable and you type in Boilers Dunstable, right?
Yeah.
For the same location. And in the same sense that sometimes some cheeky companies have tried to have multiple location, Google My Business locations, or just sort of fudge that they have an office somewhere or actually they're bigger than they are. And Google, as far as I know, Google's actively looking for that type of stuff. And they don't want that, because then they think, like, if they believe that you're hacking the system or just trying to get an edge by tagging photos in different places when they're where they weren't, it's pretty smart. So I probably wouldn't do it. But my best advice is just to stay true to your business as much as possible. You know, if your photos are where they are, just, you know, that's okay. That's okay. But just don't try and hack them to be in different locations where you want Google to find you, because chances are it will play against you in the long term.
Cool. Thanks for that, Francis. Much appreciated.
Eton, yeah, let me go. Eton.
So here's an idea. So if you had and this is nothing to do with anything that I've said previously, this is just an idea. If you had boiler installations or boilers installed by, and then on your boiler sticker, and then you had your logo on your boiler sticker. So if you had like boiler installations by yournewboiler.com on the boiler sticker, and then you took a picture of the install close enough and high res enough that it shows the boiler sticker, and then you geotag those photos where the photos were taken. So if you installed the boiler in Northwood, it would geotag it in Northwood, and you would say boiler installation in, you know, Maxwell Road, Northwood, for our business customer. Then it wouldn't really punish you with it, because it'd be cross-referencing the text in the photo by the geotag, and it would match boiler installation. It would see a boiler. It knows it's a Worcester Bosch boiler. It knows it's in Northwood. Might be an idea.
I mean, it could work. I mean, right now the AI, it's incredibly smart, very difficult to hack. And I think the takeaway is just to know about these tactics, that, for example, it does read text, you can geotag. And to know about these tactics. Oh, I'm hearing myself there, but okay.
Sorry, I was just trying to look at the comments on my phone. Sorry.
Yeah.
So Francis, so uniform is great then. I mean, like if your guys are wearing uniform and branding and you know, even down to like our guys have got hats, you know, and the t-shirts, it's going to recognize the name of the company and okay, so it all helps, I guess.
Yeah, it all helps. It's just one of the, you know, the thing is that I guess like Tony Robbins says this, you're 2 millimeters away. Like the difference between killing it and just you know, playing on a good level is very, very slight. So I'm not saying that these things are going to basically transform your business, but over the long term, there are things to know, you know, like if you're investing, or if you do want your Google My Business presence to grow, if you do want to develop a strategy, these are things that are important, because businesses can waste a lot of time thinking that they're just, you know, it takes time to do the social media and the business, you know, and the content strategy around all of this. It's really actually an investment. And if you are doing it, I would say that it's worth knowing about these things so you can make sure you're giving your content strategy the best possible chance to influence your SEO and drive organic traffic.
Thank you, Francis.
Cool. Anybody else have any questions here? No? Any questions from the community?
Me. Is it worth deleting the old photos that aren't geotagged and replacing with fresh ones then?
Well, if you've got the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, if you want to start.
I would just add. I would add new photos.
Just start putting the geotag in and the making sure that it meets that criteria, like with the images and texts and stuff.
Yeah, I would keep the history of all of your photos, because another thing that Google rewards is how long established. So if you go into your Google My Business profile, there's a new feature that says opened since, and you can add the date that how long your business has been established, and that is really useful, that everybody should update on their profile. It shows kind of that credibility, particularly if you've been established for that long. But then if you have all of the history of the photos, that supports it as well. So Google likes that comprehensive data, particularly with historic information. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Whereabouts is that where you can add that date? Do you know?
Yeah, it's in the so if you go to your Google My Business profile, and there on the first element, which is called info, I think. And then you go to, let me just open it up. It's right at the bottom after you filled out the description of your business.
Oh, add opening date.
Yeah, add opening date. And so now when you're on Google Maps and your business comes up, it will say established. So if you've been established for 5 years, 10 years, whatever, it will come up as it'll come up with number of years.
Ah, gotcha. That's cool. All right, lovely. Thank you.
Cool, everybody. Well, if there's no more questions and no more inspirational chit chat, no one needs anything, I would, we can see you guys next week. Oh, wait. No, there's a huge announcement. Lead Management Masterclass next Wednesday.
What's that?
It's a little
just saying that we've freaking been working non-stop on, but
yeah, why don't you do us a promo, Wayne?
Yeah, sorry. So I think it was about 5 weeks ago, we put out some information about running a masterclass on managing leads, on how to sort of make the most of every opportunity. We had so many people be interested in it that we've to be honest, we were going to just wing it, like not wing it because we've got experience, but we were just going to sort of like just get it done. Then we realized that there was a lot of people that wanted to get involved. So we sort of took a step back rather than rushed it out. We've spent many hours between then and now in curating it and making sure that it delivered the expectation, basically. And we're lucky, thankfully, we've put the graft in and we've got it to a position where it's going to give such huge value to everybody on it. And it's sort of for everyone, really. It's not really, it doesn't matter if you've just started or if you're turning over a £500,000 million, you know, there's going to be some golden information that hopefully you can then take away and implement in your business. And we are doing that next Wednesday, aren't we? Is it? It's next Wednesday, the 13th, is it? Is it
next Wednesday? Instead of Wayne's World Wednesdays, we're going to do the lead management masterclass. It's looking amazing. Look, we got literally 50
I think
slides.
realistically, it's going to be a good hour and a half, isn't it? I think
so.
Yeah.
We're going to be covering, we have exercises, we have worksheets. We're going to be covering how to create a first-class customer journey. We're going to be creating how to maximize every opportunity. We're going to be talking about, how to automate the whole thing. We're going to put in place like how to build that business in a box multi-channel system. It's pretty.
We're also covering the bit of like mindset around how you approach and how valuable leads are. You know, there's going to be so much. Well, it's going to be good fun. I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah.
We've put a lot of effort in there between me, Francis, and Carolina to sort of bring something that you can walk. By the end of it, you're going to be able to walk away with some real golden information to hopefully either support that you're doing really well in that area, which will hopefully give you a pat on the back, or give you the information to show you what things that you can actually start to do to really sort of maximize every single opportunity that comes in, from a cold lead to a warm lead to a recommend. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. But looking at and with all the work we've done, I think it's going to be more than an hour. So make sure that you're comfy. Make sure you've got pen and paper and drink, because you're going to need it. You're going to need it because it's going to be a big value-packed session for sure.
Yep. And we have only 100 slots on the masterclass available, and they're filling up. That's for sure. So get in.
I heard it's because he's too tight to pay for the next level subscription on Zoom, but you know, I don't know. I'm not too sure.
I've spent I've invested in the making of this course. I have no more money left. No. All right, guys. Thank you all. Wayne, parting words?
Just might be a bit controversial, but I think now's the time we just need to listen to Big Boris and, you know, try and stick to the rules, stay safe, and let's just try and get through it as a one United Kingdom. And hopefully there's light at the end of the tunnel, and we can slowly get back into some sort of normality, and or maybe there's going to be the new normal, whatever it might be. But hopefully we can start getting less restrictions and start being able to get out there and enjoy life. But in the meantime, we've just got to stay positive, stay focused, and do what we can do, you know? So if you can get out and work, get out and work. If you can make opportunities happen, do it. Don't use it as an excuse. Don't let it be a get out of jail free card for you, you know? Don't just sit there and cry into your bed at night and blame everybody else, because there's plenty of work out there still. Thankfully, our industry is one of the ones that isn't really affected, because if a boiler breaks, a boiler breaks. If a leak happens, a leak happens. And, you know, so we're fortunate. Think about the people that are in theatres, in cinemas, in casinos, in bars, pubs, restaurants, you know. These people are stuck. They have no option. unless they do something different. So count our blessings and get out there and make shit happen.
Okay, thank you very much, Wayne. Thanks everybody for your time, and
See you all soon, guys.
We'll see you on the Lead Management Masterclass next Wednesday at 8 p.m.
Sorry, before we jump off, has anyone put a link to it on the Zoom messaging?
No, but we'll put
And what about the Facebook?
We'll put a link in the Facebook.
We'll put it in
chat.
after.
Yeah,
Cool.
we'll put a link there. Okay, see you guys later. Have a good one.
God bless everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.